People who follow, or not the Dragon Ball Super manga, can answer this question here. How does Goku show Ultra Instinct for the first time? Since at the end of the Tournament of Power, he tells Vegeta that he doesn't remember how he used it. Want to know all this, and much more about the current state of Goku's Ultra Instinct? Come with me. But first, I already asked you to subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and activate the bell. Since the electrifying end of the Tournament of Power, a question has remained constant among Dragon Ball Super fans. When would Goku use Ultra Instinct again? The divine form, achieved amidst the chaos and pressure of the interdimensional arena, had left a deep mark on the franchise, demonstrating a new level of power and serenity never seen before. But after the victory against Jiren and the end of the tournament, Goku revealed that he could no longer activate that technique. Mastery of Ultra Instinct had proven to be a temporary phenomenon, a flash of enlightenment in a moment of desperation. However, as with everything in Dragon Ball, that didn't mean the end. It was just the beginning of a new journey. The first time Goku used Ultra Instinct again, after the Tournament of Power happened, during the Morrow arc, the Planet Eater. Morrow was a completely different threat from anything Goku and the others had ever faced. An ancient sorcerer with the ability to absorb the life energy of entire planets and fight using magic. During the final confrontation, the tension reached its peak. Morrow had absorbed the energy of Merus, a trainee angel, and was about to destroy Earth. It was at this moment that Goku, driven by the memory and sacrifice of Merus, once again reached the state of Ultra Instinct. But this time, something had changed. Goku not only achieved Ultra Instinct, that gray and unstable form, but surpassed that stage and entered the complete form. Mastered Ultra Instinct, with silver hair and a shimmering aura. The impact was immediate. Goku moved like a divine being untouchable, each movement flowing like water, each strike as precise as time itself. Morrow, even in his most powerful form, was no match. With a serene air and overwhelming strength, Goku defeated the villain, sealing the danger that threatened the universe. This battle not only marked the return of Ultra Instinct, but also symbolized the beginning of Goku's true mastery of the technique. Unlike the Tournament of Power, where he acted purely on instinct and pressure, here he fought with full awareness of his state. Still, the new form required absolute balance between mind and body, and that balance would not be maintained easily. Merus played a crucial role in the Morrow saga in Dragon Ball Super, being one of the most important pieces in Goku's evolution and in the final defeat of the villain. He was, in fact, a trainee angel, brother of Whis, who acted undercover as a member of the Galactic Patrol. His importance is revealed precisely because of this. Merus was a being with angelic power, but limited by strict divine rules. Even so, he decided to interfere directly in the battle to protect the universe and mainly to teach Goku how to master Ultra Instinct. During the training, Merus taught Goku the most advanced fundamentals of Ultra Instinct, helping him understand that this form is not just raw power, but an ability to act without thinking, moving instinctively and naturally. He prepared Goku to reach this state consciously, but without fully activating it in training, because that was something Goku himself would have to achieve on his own, under real pressure. In the fight against Morrow, the villain had become extremely powerful, absorbing energy from several planets and even from Merus himself, which left him with copied abilities. That's when Merus made his most risky decision. He faced Morrow with everything he had, even knowing that, as an angel, using all his power in combat would mean disappearing from existence. He faced Morrow just to erase the techniques the villain had stolen, especially those related to Ultra Instinct. That sacrifice of Merus had two massive impacts. First, he eliminated Morrow's advantage, who lost part of the copied techniques. Second, and more importantly, it was that moment that emotionally awakened Goku. Merus' sacrifice deeply moved the Saiyan, making him, for the first time, access perfect Ultra Instinct completely. Morrow's defeat followed right after absorbing Android 7-3, who stored techniques, and fusing with the planet Earth. Morrow became a nearly invincible threat. However, Goku, with full perfect Ultra Instinct, surpassed physical and spiritual limits, fighting with superhuman speed and precision. Even so, a final push was still needed. After Morrow's body began to collapse from the energy overload, Goku used the help of his allies and a coordinated plan with Vegeta and Jaco to defeat the villain with an energy blast that made him explode along with his planetary fusion. Merus, therefore, was the one who paved the way for Goku to not only master Ultra Instinct, but also emotionally mature as a warrior and protector. Without his sacrifice, Goku wouldn't have surpassed that final barrier. From then on, Whis became an even more crucial figure in Goku's training. The angel explained that Ultra Instinct is not a technique exclusive to the gods, but rather a mental state that any being can achieve if they manage to empty their mind and fully trust their instincts. For Goku, this meant more than just fighting well. It meant evolving as a person, understanding himself, and letting go of the constant desire for self-surpassing at any cost. It was the philosophy of the present moment, of being in the now, but it was in the Granola saga that this evolution became even clearer and also more challenging. Granola, the last survivor of the Cerealian race, made a wish to the Dragon Balls of his planet to become the strongest warrior in the universe. The confrontation between him, Goku, and Vegeta exposed a new layer of Ultra Instinct. Goku realized that, although his silver form was powerful, it wasn't always the best option. Whis warned him that Ultra Instinct can manifest in different ways, adapted to the user's style. That's when the concept of Saiyan Instinct was born, a variation of Ultra Instinct that blends the natural emotion of Saiyans with the calm necessary to activate the technique. Inspired by the fighting spirit of his father, Bardock, Goku found a way to personalize Ultra Instinct. It was no longer about imitating the angels, but about making the power work in his own way. The spirit of Bardock, revealed through an old combat recording against Gas, deeply moved Goku. His father had won an impossible fight not because of a divine technique, but through sheer determination and identity. This spiritual reunion with Bardock was one of the greatest revelations of the saga. It not only reinforced Goku's heritage as a warrior, but also further humanized his journey. The mythical figure he had become now found his roots in a courageous father who never gave up. And that changed everything. The new approach to Ultra Instinct became more fluid, more intuitive. Goku stopped fighting like a celestial being and started to battle like a true Saiyan guided by instinct, honor, and memory. With that, the most recent sagas began to outline a new Goku, one who understands that power is not only in strength, but in the way you fight. This idea gained even more strength with the fight against Gohan. Already in the most recent chapters of the manga, Gohan, in his new transformation known as Gohan Beast, faced Goku in a friendly match. What started as training became one of the most symbolic battles of the series. During this fight, Gohan demonstrated raw strength that rivaled divine forms. And in a striking moment, Gohan managed to land a punch so powerful and concentrated that it made Goku instantly exit Ultra Instinct, returning to his base form. This scene shocked everyone, as never before had someone made Goku lose control of UI in such a way. But more than a display of strength, it was a reminder that Gohan had evolved along his own path, and that even Ultra Instinct is not absolute. This moment also reinforced the idea that the future of Dragon Ball goes far beyond Goku. The new generation is ready, and characters like Gohan, Broly, and even Ub are beginning to occupy more relevant spaces. Speaking of Ub, his role in the fight against Morrow was crucial. Although very young, he channeled the divine energy inherited from the former Majin Buu, and with it, provided energy so Goku could complete his technique and defeat the villain. This subtle introduction of Ub at the end of the Morrow saga served as a direct bridge to the famous ending of Dragon Ball Z, the so-called End of Z. The End of Z takes place about 10 years after the defeat of Majin Buu and shows Goku meeting Ub for the first time in a martial arts tournament. Until recently, many thought that Dragon Ball Super took place between the events of Majin Buu and this ending. But now, with the manga's progression, it becomes clear that we are getting closer and closer to that point. The reunion of Goku with Ub, his hidden strength, and the increasingly smaller role of classic antagonists point to a new phase, the true Dragon Ball era that connects Z to Super in a fluid way. This means that now Goku can train Ub as promised, while Broly continues his growth with Whis and Beerus. And with that, we have room to see the final evolution of all characters. Vegeta, for example, is exploring his Ultra Ego form, and he may train with Gohan in a symbolic generational exchange, with Gohan attacking and Vegeta focusing on resistance, control, and strategy. The presence of Frieza, now with a new form known as Black Frieza, adds more tension to the scenario. He is the silent threat that grows in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to strike. We know that Frieza has surpassed the level of Goku and Vegeta in their current state, so the return of Ultra Instinct at its peak, possibly blended with Saiyan Instinct, will be crucial for the future. The journey of Ultra Instinct, from its impulsive manifestation in the Tournament of Power to its consolidation as a state adapted to Goku's essence, reflects well the philosophy of Dragon Ball. Evolution, overcoming, and identity, with Merus planting the seeds, Whis polishing the technique, Bardock inspiring its personalization, and Gohan testing its limits. Ultra Instinct has become more than a transformation. It is now part of Goku's spirit, and as we move toward the final phase of Dragon Ball Super and approach a new saga that should finally adapt the events of the end of Z, it becomes clear that the true Dragon Ball is only just beginning. The union between past and present, between legacy and innovation, is what sustains this new era. Training with UB can represent for Goku a new stage not only of technical development, but also spiritual growth within Ultra Instinct. That's because UB is the reincarnation of Kid Buu, but with a pure heart and an immense power potential that, as shown in the manga during the Morrow saga, has already started to manifest in an impactful way, even though he is still just a child. When Goku thinks of training UB, he's not just wanting to create a successor. He recognizes that the boy carries divine energy linked to the Supreme Kai, who is inside Majin Buu, and therefore has a natural command of forces that even he, Goku, doesn't completely master. By training with someone like that, Goku may have a rare opportunity to understand Ultra Instinct more completely, mixing his rational warrior side with UB's pure and chaotic instinct, who is a reflection of the original Majin Buu, but in his best version. Ultra Instinct, although a divine technique, still demands a lot from Goku's emotional and instinctive connection. He still struggles to maintain it for long in its most refined form. Training with UB, who represents the balance between chaos and purity, may help Goku understand better how to stabilize this power in a more natural, less exhausting way. Maybe even find a new fusion between Combat Instinct and Saiyan Instinct, as we started to see emerge with Saiyan Instinct in the superhero arc. Moreover, Goku can benefit from UB's spiritual power. This sacred energy, coming from the fusion between Kid Buu and the Grand Kai, has already proven useful for transferring and stabilizing energy, like when UB helped reconstruct Goku's body during the fight against Morrow. If UB learns to control this more precisely, and Goku adapts to training under this pure energy, it's possible that Goku's Ultra Instinct becomes less dependent on absolute calm and more compatible with his explosive personality, accelerating a new hybrid form between instinct and emotion. This kind of exchange between the two has the potential not only to transform UB into one of Earth's strongest warriors, but also to take Goku to a new level, perhaps even beyond his current Ultra Instinct. The master-apprentice relationship may, in this case, become mutual and open the doors to Goku's next great transformation. During this initial transformation, Goku didn't have full control over his powers. His gaze became more focused. His body moved with an almost inhuman lightness, and his grayish-blue aura seemed to flow like spiritual fire. Even so, he still struggled to maintain this state for long, as it demanded immense physical and mental strain. Whis, Goku's angel trainer, commented that Ultra Instinct was a domain not even the gods of destruction had fully mastered, so the fact that a mortal achieved this was something unprecedented and impressive. Little by little, in subsequent battles against Jiren, Goku improved his control over this new form. He reached the complete Ultra Instinct state closer to the end of the tournament, in a critical moment, when he had already deeply connected with the instinct of survival and the mental calm necessary to unleash the full potential of this power. That's when his hair turned completely silver, his aura became more intense and serene, and his power surpassed anything he had ever reached until that moment. So imagine what he can still truly achieve with all that power,